It is kind of like hoping to be back to our regular scheduled programming now. It's been a very unusual week, as everybody knows. It is March, no, it's April. We're into April. I didn't get around to doing the news last week, just because, well, I kind of did, my heart wasn't in it. So we decided not to put it up. And but it's April 3rd today. Beautiful day here in Northern California again. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what all happened in the last couple of weeks. Well, not all. I'll probably it'll be selected items, you know. We had some kind of fun songs, but I have a few other things that I want to talk about. A little bit of camp stuff, a little bit of, well, let's just see where it goes. First, I'll give you a quick rundown on the stuff, the new stuff from the site, and then we'll get into like the fun stuff. But had a couple of interesting songs. Because, of course, was one of them, and John, I guess I'm going to bring up John first because this is so cool seeing the daily posts of cool stuff between Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Nick Lowe, and then the version of Because that I didn't do a lesson on yet. So congratulations on figuring out a lot of it, or probably maybe he got the music. I hope so. But I've been thinking about doing a lesson on the follow-up where you pick out the melody and. Anyway, so great job on that. I really had fun checking out all your new songs. So, wish you could join us at camp, buddy. Think about that later. Let's see. We had a couple of really neat lessons from Vanessa. Last week we had "Crazy" by Seal, and this week Brandi Carlile, "Follow." So I hope you guys are enjoying the stuff she pulls out that I would have probably never gotten to. So it's great having her around. So thanks a lot, Ness. What else? Oh, I decided this. Boy, I was racked my brain on this. The big old goofy world thing. Well, it only took a minute to kind of put that tablature together. But I know when I did the lesson, kind of the point of the lesson was to work on ear training. But what the heck? So I hope that helps some people out with need a little bit more guidance in their finger picking stuff. Let's see what else. We had a couple fly on the wall things. Really interesting little sideline that Ed and I stumbled into. That was, of course, Boots of Spanish Leather or Girl from the North Country, depending on which version. Bob wasn't real creative in a lot of in using unusual chord progressions, and sometimes if he came up with something that he liked, he used it for lots of different songs. There's, of course, the version from Nashville Skyline that he plays with Johnny Cash. But the earlier version from, I believe, The Times They Are A-Changin', maybe, is not the earlier version of that. The earlier version of that is the same progression and same melody as Boots of Spanish Leather. That was one of those flies that I think everybody should be able to get enough out of that for me not to have to bother, not that it's a bother, but to not put up a specific lesson on it, because I think everything that you need to play it is right there. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, and then we had Sandy's ongoing task of Vincent, that working on singing and trying to get that all together. We came up with some great little suggestions there of just work on strumming the chords and simplifying it. So I hope that lesson helped a few people out. Let's see. The big news, of course, and the disruption to the regular life here at TG kind of slowed down lesson production was, of course, the loss of John Renbourn. And I did, you know, there's a 3-part series kind of in development, by now you should have seen 2 parts of it, and the last part maybe get out tomorrow, if not Monday. So, of just my memories and thoughts about what an important person he was to the whole musical world. And if you start making a list of people he influenced, it'd be anybody that's played any acoustic guitar thing with fingers, or anyway. It's so yeah, I'm not going to go too much into that right now, but it was definitely a shock for me. I was still figuring I'd see him again someday when I made a trip to Scotland and I was able to visit him, but that well. that's the way it goes sometimes. So I'll try to not get too far down that path right now. But I think I'll play one of his tunes though. Let me try it again. Got it. Don't forget the pre-flight check. Many of his songs had little diversionary parts like this one. This is Debbie Ann, where he goes into some little bluesy riff kind of thing. One of those really early ones they wrote when he was about a teenager. So let's see. I had a couple other things I was going to talk about. I'm probably going to forget them all. No, two more quick things. Although this afternoon, going out to see the Wrecking Crew late this afternoon, and looking forward to that. So I'm sure, I know that the couple comments we had on the forum seemed fabulous, and anyway, very excited. I'll try to come back with my own little report, a little of it too. And short little IGC news. We have really want to thank everybody that signed up. We have quite a guest list right now, and we are down to just really a few spots before we have to try to get a little more space at the presentation center. So the place has a lot of people. Everybody's sort of in cottages, but there are a few extra rooms that are a little distance away, and if we fill up those last couple of spots in the next week or two, we'll start looking into maybe putting together a waiting list of people that we can get, and then we should be able to get those other rooms, but we have to kind of rework our contract with them a little bit. So anyway, so if you're on the fence about it, it's getting a little scarcer. Anyway. Another thing, just kind of off the wall, that I'm really excited about is over half the people that have signed up now are not necessarily returning campers. It's a whole bunch of new people, and I really want to thank all of you guys who. I know there are a lot of people at TG that get a lot out of it and they're not necessarily visible on the forum or whatever else, and so it's always neat to get to know somebody new who is getting a lot out of the site, and I especially like it when they get a hold of me and are coming through Northern California and would like to schedule a private lesson. That's been a lot of fun to be able to meet. I've probably been able to do that with 20 or 30 people over the last few years, and that's been really fun for me. I think that's it. What should I play? I can't remember this one. Music's right over there. I'm going to go home and practice. Okay, that's it. I hope all's going well with everybody out there, and I will be back next week.